When you think of the past, you might think of the 40s, 50s, or 60s, but that's what today's show is all about. We'll be talking with Alexis for the 70s, Ethan with the 80s, but let's talk about the present day. Our mission here at GJ is that every student is prompt, polite, and prepared, and our vision is that every student graduates with the skills necessary to be successful in a college or career. So get ready, Eagles, because ENN starts right now. When I think of the 70s, I think of bell-bottom jeans and disco balls. But Alexis knows a lot more that she can go into detail with. Let's head over to her.
The 70s was a decade full of tie-dye and funky clothing. I'm Alexis, and I'm here going to be reporting with you guys about the fashion in the 70s. The 70s was called the polyester decade, and the first style I'm going to be talking about is the hippie style, which first came out in the 60s but followed the trends into the 70s. In the 60s, though, hippies wore what they wore to be unique and not like other mainstream media. But when the 70s roll around, fashion designers were taking the idea from hippies and putting it into their pieces. Another big fashion sense was, of course, disco. During the night of this decade, sequins and glitter was taken out. The disco era was the era of freedom, where people could dress and act how they wanted without being judged. The last style are bell-bottoms. These are jeans that go wide below the knee. They originated from people who worked on boats in the 17th century, and the purpose was so that fishermen could roll up their pants if they were doing messy work. I hope you guys learned a little bit something about this funky period of time today. Now let's go back to Alyssa.
Speaking of bell-bottom jeans and disco balls, what's a party without music? Ethan's talking about the 80s and some of the most popular music. Let's head over to him.
Most people can agree that the 80s were the best decade ever, but what exactly made it the best decade? The 80s were filled with amazing music, clothing, and entertainment, with popular songs like Eye of the Tiger, Thriller, and Purple Rain, and thousands of more. The 80s had some of the best classic movies like Friday the 13th, Ghostbusters, and Goonies, and so many more that it would take me forever to list. The 80s had some incredible style, with members-only jacket, neon color clothing, the mullet, and high-waisted jeans. The 80s were also filled with a bunch of cool celebrities like Eddie Murphy, Bill Murray, and Michael Jackson.
Okay, we're ready to go. Let's keep going on our trip.
Hello?
Have you done the assignment?
What?
It was due 15 minutes ago.
That was due 15 minutes ago? I guess we're gonna have to go back to the past. Better get this baby to 15 miles an hour. Let's get out of here. Phew, that was a close one.
Now that we've got our past figured out, let's talk about the future with a couple of announcements. Now that you know all about the decades, I hope you enjoyed today's show. That's all I have for you today. I'm Melissa, signing off of ENN.